Good evening. Tonight is going to be a very short conversation with this camera in this little 7-year itch series that I have going. It's going to be short because just like the subject matter of tonight's video, I am pressed for what I am capable of doing because I have the mom hat to wear tonight. The children are home. They are downstairs just wrapping up their evening before going to bed. And so that does bring me to this talking about what happened on December 16th of 2018, as we are now sitting on December 16th of 2025. So 7 years ago, I had gotten out of the hospital the night prior after we found out that I had this tumor in my brain and that it was bleeding and that I would require brain surgery in the future. I left that hospital with a lot of uncertainty. There was a lot of other emotions, as I've talked about in the previous videos. There was a lot of uncertainty going on and emotions surrounding the whole situation, but I still wasn't fully understanding what was going on in my brain. I didn't know what was to come. I really did not know what was to come. That being said, it is the holiday season currently, and it was the holiday season 7 years ago. And so, like many families, for the holidays, you create holiday family traditions, and something that our family had started doing that we no longer do is we went to this place on Long Island. It was like a Santa experience. And so each family would show up, and then, you would knock on a secret bookshelf, and it would open and you would be transported to the North Pole, and you'd get to meet Santa and bake cookies and ride on his sled, all while having this awesome photo shoot. I think it was called like the Santa Experience, something like that. So this was something that our family had done and we were planning to do, and it just so happened our booking was for that day after I got out of the hospital. And I had been in communication with them, telling them, listen, I don't know if I'm going to be out of the hospital. I don't know what's going to happen, but obviously I was discharged, and there was just this whirlwind of, I guess we're going to go try to act like everything is fine for a moment and put on this magical experience for children. And it's very, very telling, and it's why I wanted to pop on. This seems so kind of insignificant to the story of my brain, but it's a testament to what those next 7 years really were going to foreshadow and what was going to be. And that was, despite whatever I am going through medically, despite whatever disability that I have as a person, a human, as Christy Raleigh Crossley, I still have to be mom, mother. I still have to be that person. Despite the disability, despite whatever medical stuff is going on, I need to put that aside and I need to show up as a mom. And being able to do that would become a superpower for me later in life, especially last summer at those Paris Paralympics. How do you put aside this international scandal and get up and still perform at the most peak elite level possible on the planet? It's a superpower, and it's something that I have been building, I guess, my whole life. But now, as I look back 7 years ago, I was primed to be able to do this because of what I was able to do on December 16th, 2018. I was able to just put aside everything that was going on medically in my life and be a mom and show up and make those magical moments for them. That is an absolute superpower that I have learned just through trauma and life and having to survive. But it is the absolute key to success for anybody and everybody. If you can take everything that's horrible going on in your life, if you can take people publicly defaming your character, put it all in a box, put your kids screaming in the stands, yelling, arguing with each other. If you could put all of that in a box, get up on a block and just win, like, that's a superpower. And as I look back on what I've done in my career, I'm like, damn, I can't believe I did that. It wasn't significant to me at the time because I was going through so much that I couldn't appreciate. But I do know that I sat there with Wilma after games and was like, what did I just do? And, it's something that I think anybody can do. If you just taught how to put everything that's bad to the side and still persevere, like, that's just magic. So, like I said, tonight was going to be short. I just wanted to pop on here and give a little, sidebar insight. And just want to say to everybody out there who is struggling to make the holidays magical for their family, or that are struggling with something that seems like they can't get past in order to be able to celebrate the holidays, I do genuinely hope that you can find it within your strength, soul, and power that I know that you have, to be able to rise above that and be able to enjoy what for many is a very, very difficult time of year. So peace and love to everybody out there. And as always, happy holidays.